So Freya has actually asked me to do like I guess like a vlog or vlog, whatever they're called. Basically, a daily log that kind of recaps my day, which means I will probably be keeping this camera around with me throughout the day, recording any major events. Right now, there wasn't much that happened today. It was pretty simple. I went to the Mother Goddess's Incarnation's house and I worked on just touching things up so that we could sell her home. She'll be moving up here and uh, doing all that over time. So right now things are going well. We got most of it done, but we don't have much in regards to like events happening, encountering a mystic being or something. Um, Also, this means that I don't have much to show, but I can explain to you some things that I found recently and that I'm going to be doing this next coming week, I think. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get a Christmas tree for the family, but it's going not to be any old Christmas tree. It's going to be a Christmas tree that has a tree spirit or a tree elf attached to it. So yes, I'm getting an elf for Christmas. um, the thing about tree elves is it's an old custom, one that's not done so much anymore. Germany did something similar, but I don't believe they called them tree elves. But the point being is, there are spiritual beings that attach themselves to trees, and the tree becomes their body. Okay. In this scenario, there is a custom for these mystic beings to go to tree harvesting areas and put themselves in a tree so that they can be taken home on Christmas. It still does happen. It's rarer now than it used to be. And the assumption here is if you cut a tree down and you bring it into your home, you are inviting the mystic being in. I mean, you went through the effort to take its body and bring it into your home. Because, and that's important because mystic beings are not quite allowed to just enter someone's home per se without invite, unless they do special spells, use special powers to do so, and it becomes rather complex for them. So the average mystic being's not going to do this. But there are some that do go out to these harvesting fields and inhabit a tree. Usually, from what I'm hearing from Freya, is that that's done when their tree dies, their normal body dies, and they really don't have a place to live right now anyways. And it's winter, so there are trees dying back, and they have the right to kind of leave their old body now and go to an evergreen. I would assume my preference, if I was one of them, would be to live in an evergreen all year round, right? It is an evergreen after all. Anyways, point being, if the mystic being is taught or has knowledge of old ways of doing things, he may go to these tree harvesting forests. Now, it doesn't quite work with like a tree lot that you get from like a local store. And the reason for this is because they know that they don't just, it wasn't the person cutting the tree down doing the act of invitation that would cause a problem bringing that tree into your home. It's from, as I am being told. So you're going to have to hunt down the tree yourself. Now, obviously, there's a lot involved in finding a tree that actually has a mystic. Not all of them have mystic beings in them. Okay, so that's a key. But for me, I'm going to have to figure that out. I don't know the information 100% how to find out which one. I know that my wife, she's the goddess of beauty's incarnation. She's done it before, where she's found one of these tree elves and was able to bring it to our home, but it wasn't necessarily done with the Christmas tree thing. This is a temporary thing. Now, the tree elves can communicate with us. It can be done. It's not all that frequent, in the sense that what they have to do is, because of certain rules and regulations, they have to have a certain amount of power that they can utilize this spiritual power to cast a certain spell to open up a tear between the magical realm and the physical realm. And at this point, they could show themselves, although there are certain rules and regulations that it would be dangerous for them to do such a thing. Okay, we're just going to put it there. But they could throw a note, and this happens to us quite frequently, or used to. There's been a restriction set up stop it. But at one time, about a year ago, this was happening quite a lot. There were little notes being tossed down to the ground. I used to make the joke that the beings were throwing paper at my wife. It's an inside joke. So at any rate, she thought it was funny. So I'm a guy. I'm gonna try to make her laugh. Anyways, so this is it. This is what we're gonna be doing over the next sometime this coming week. I'm gonna be going down harvesting a tree, preferably at the time I will already know how to find the mystic being, or how to get a tree that has one and is willing to live with us during this time, this seasonal time, and this way they have the ability to enjoy in the festivities. So yes, elves for Christmas. So that's really all I have right now. This is a short video. This is the first video that I'm making of this kind. This is actually, I talked to the goddess Freya. She is a part of the Hidden Temple. Probably learn more about that later. But she advised that because the group I'm a part of, there are a total of 5 adults. So, but we're in different states, in different areas. The 2 of them live in California, and the 3 of us live in Florida. And to keep everyone on the same page, understanding each other, connected, without having to invest a lot of time in video chats on cell phones or in texting or just even phone calls, because I have a busy life. It was advised to me that I make 10-minute videos, and I make small videos throughout the day, and at the end of the day, I edit, post, and list everything so that they can see this stuff also. So in a way, I'm including the group of people that are with me, and then the possibility there are 2 other female incarnations that are going to be joining the group, and I'm hoping that this will be beneficial to those women as they discover their true self and their God within. So this is starting off with Christmas, and I know it's probably for anyone else who's watching other than the people that are a part of the group. I know this is probably very confusing in a sense because it's just kind of random. I know it's just kind of random, especially for the first video. We've been living this for about 3 years. I am the Father God's chosen vessel on earth right now. I know if you're of certain religious backgrounds, this is a no-no, and I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of odd comments, and that's fine. I accept anything that anyone has to throw at me. No grudges will be held. Say what you want. There's a Mother Goddess's incarnation, Beauty's incarnations I had spoken as my wife, and there is the goddess of the night, a little bit complex as she's not like the night. It's who she is complex, but her godhead is often represented by the night sky and as the goddess of the night. So there's other incarnations in the past you'll probably hear about through study. Yeah. And then there's the god of dream. He is her husband. He lives out there in California too. And of course, kind of obviously he's a god of the dreamland, the incarnation of the god of the dreamland. Gods are separate from us. We are incarnations, almost independent beings created to be their vessels on earth. Once we return to heaven or go to heaven after our death, they are given our memories, but we still stay independent. So this is their way to live out earth and help earth and affect the earth and try to make things better through us. Yet we are still separate beings. We are not that same God. So when we get to heaven, or as it's called here in America, heaven, as we get to it, they get their mind and we keep our own. Anyways, this is enough of a quick touch-up. Not going to go any more on this. Welcome to the story.